Hello friends and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. We are continuing today with the King of the Hill tournament, and it has been awesome. Just incredible games. They're archived under the Fall Classics playlist on my channel. Just unbelievable. And today I think we have another really good one in store. We're beginning the second round of games. The current King of the Hill is the 1950 Philadelphia Phillies. So we are at Shibe Park today, and they are hosting a very powerful 1977 Boston Red Sox ball club. The Phillies currently have 2 wins. That puts them 1 game out of first place in the tournament. And the Red Sox are looking for win number 2. The opposing pitchers today will be Reggie Cleveland for the visiting Red Sox, and he will be opposed by Bob Miller, a right-hander, kind of a hard thrower, sinker, slider kind of guy for the Phillies. The Phillies are coming off a miracle win in their last game against the 77 Royals. They are hoping to continue it today. Before we go to the starting lineups, don't forget to check out channel membership on my channel. You get a whole lot of stuff. Discounts on the secondary store, free teams that I develop every month, exclusive videos for members only, including videos that compare different sims to each other in different aspects of play. World Series replays, a Stratomatic King of the Hill that's currently underway. Whole lot of stuff going on, so I encourage you to check that out. Follow the link in the description for this video. Alright, so with no further ado, let's get to the starting lineups for today's game between the 1977 Boston Red Sox and the 1950 Philadelphia Phillies, the Whiz Kids, at Shibe Park in Philadelphia. For the visiting Red Sox, leading off at shortstop, it's Rick Burleson. Batting second in center field, Fred Lynn. We're going to turn the lights on at Shibe Park. Here we go. Batting third in right field, Jim Rice. Batting fourth in left field, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fifth at catcher, Carlton Fisk. Batting sixth at first base, George Scott. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Butch Hobson. And batting eighth, it's the second baseman, Denny Doyle. On the mound, it's Reggie Cleveland. In 1977, he had 36 appearances, 27 starts, 9 complete games, good for 190 innings of work. He had an 11-8 record with a pair of saves. For the homestanding Phillies, Eddie Waitkus leads off at first base. Richie Ashburn bats second in center field. Dick Sisler bats third in left field. Del Ennis bats fourth in right field. Willie Jones bats fifth at third base. Granny Hamner bats sixth at short. Andy Semenuk bats seventh. He'll be behind the plate. Mike Goliat bats eighth. He'll be at second base. And here's Bob Miller. In 1950... 35 games, 21 starts, 7 complete games, 174 innings of work, an 11-6 record with 1 save. Bob Miller hurt his back in mid-September, which diminished his effectiveness for the rest of the season, but he did start Game 4 of the 1950 World Series against the Yankees. Okay, so let's see what kind of stuff everybody has. We'll start with Bob Miller. See what kind of stuff he's got today. He has C stuff. And Reggie Cleveland, he has A stuff. So good news for the Red Sox, but that doesn't always mean much. We'll see what happens in the game here today. So Miller will face Burleson. Rick is getting in the batter's box. This is Game 14 of our tournament. And it's been so much fun so far. Burleson will lead off. We are using a combination of dice and fast action cards with Fall Classic Baseball to make the tournament happen. All right, Bob Miller kicks and deals to Rick Burleson. And Burleson hits a line drive at Dick Sisler, who makes a nice running catch for out number 1. Fred Lynn now. Miller kicks and deals to Lynn. Comebacker, gloved by Miller. He takes a couple steps toward Eddie Waitkus at first base and tosses him the ball for out number 2. Here's Rice. Miller winds and delivers to Jim Rice. Line drive at Goliath at second base, and that's a 1-2-3 first inning. A good start for Bob Miller. One thing I neglected to say at the top is that Jim Constanti went 3 innings for the Phillies in the last game, so he is not available today for the Phillies. All right, and he was the National League MVP in 1950. So a big piece has the day off today. Eddie Waitkus leads off against Reggie Cleveland with his A stuff. We're in the bottom of the first, and there's a line drive by Waitkus that's going to get into right center field and down. Going to split Rice and Lynn. Lynn runs it down at the wall. Waitkus cruises into second with a leadoff double, and the Phillies have something going in the first. Here's Ashburn. Cleveland to stretch, and the pitch to Richie. A 54 chart. A 15, no, not a wild pitch. Fisk blocks it, keeps it in front. The next pitch to Ashburn. Base hit, Richie Ashburn to left field. Scoring is Waitkus. It's 1-0 Phillies, and the fans are loving life. Right now, the Phillies are hot and playing well. Dick Sisler comes to the plate. The Red Sox infield moves to double play depth. The winner of this game will host the 1973 New York Mets in our next game. Double play depth for the Red Sox. Cleveland to stretch. The pitch to Sisler. Ground ball to Denny Doyle to his left. He gloves it, cuts it off from going into right field. No play at second. He makes the throw to Scott at first to retire Sisler. Ashburn moves into scoring position. Now it's Del Ennis, the Phillies right fielder. Cleveland to stretch. The pitch to Ennis is to left and deep. Back goes Yaz. Warning track. Wall, and it's gone. A 3-0 lead for the Phillies in the bottom of the first. Del Ennis hit 31 in 1950, and he crushed that one to give the Phillies a 3-0 lead. All right, Don Zimmer goes to the bullpen phone, and he is going to get action going in his bullpen. And it will be Don Ossie starting to throw for the Red Sox, a right-hander in the bullpen. 1 out, bottom of the first. Willie Jones is up. 3 runs in for the Phillies. The pitch from Cleveland to Jones. Hey, struck him out on a sinker by Reggie Cleveland, and the broccoli, no broccoli and no cauliflower yet. A sinker by Reggie Cleveland, and Granny Hamner comes up. The MVP of our last game, the pitch to Hamner. Hit in the air to right. This is Jim Rice country, and he puts it away for out number 3. So the Phillies get 3 on 3 hits. They don't leave anybody after 1 complete. Fans on their feet at Shibe Park as the Phillies come out to play defense for the second inning. It's Philadelphia 3, Boston 0. All right, so Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Scott. The Red Sox have more than enough firepower to get the job done here. The pitch from Miller to Yastrzemski. Hit in the air to right, but not deep. Del Ennis is there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Carlton Fisk now. Miller winds and deals. Base hit for Fisk to center field. Richie Ashburn collects it and throws it back in. 1 out, 1 on for the Red Sox. Phillies infield moves to play for a double play. The pitch from Miller to Scott. is a wild pitch. Going to get Fisk up to second base. And the next delivery to Scott is a base hit to center field. Around second comes Fisk. It's going to plate the Red Sox first run on a base hit by George Scott. 3-1 now in the top of the second. Bush Hobson comes to the plate. Miller the stretch. The pitch to Hobson. Phillies playing for 2. Base hit Hobson. This goes to left field. Sisler charges hard. Scott stops at second. Runners at first and second with 1 out now for Denny Doyle. Miller's struggling a little bit here, and that's going to get action going in Eddie Sawyer's bullpen. Bubba Church, a right-hander, starts to throw. Miller the stretch, the pitch to Denny Doyle. Doyle hits it on a line at Sisler, who charges hard and makes a nice running catch. Scott will hold, and that'll bring up Reggie Cleveland with 2 outs and runners still at first and second for the Red Sox. I'm going to let him bat here. They got to run in. Miller the stretch, the pitch to Cleveland, and got to the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell gas. We're going to explode. It's a range check. All right, center field. It's a range check for Richie Ashburn. Ashburn's range in 1950 was an 11. And he makes the catch for out number 3. The Red Sox get a run out of all that. On 3 hits, they leave 2 after an inning and a half. 3-1 Phillies. Seminick, Goliat, and Miller coming up against Reggie Cleveland in inning number 2. Cleveland winds and deals. This will be an error check if he doesn't strike him out. He does strike out Seminick on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. 1 down in the second. Goliat comes to the plate. Cleveland kicks and deals to Mike Goliat. Hit in the air to left. Not deep. Carl Yastrzemski is there for out number 2. Bob Miller comes up now with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Cleveland winds and deals. We have an error check, maybe. Yep, we do. It's a 52. It's hit to Butch Hobson. And as soon as that happens, all of the fans in the Shibe Park first base box seats take cover. Hobson is an error 7. If he does make this error, he's going to launch it into into the box seats. And he launches it into the box seats. It rattles around off the craniums of several Phillies fanatics. And Bob Miller's going to be safe on a 2-base error by Butch Hobson. He rearranges the floating bone chips in his elbow before he launched that one into the first base box seats. All right, with 2 outs now, it's Waitkus with a chance to extend the Phillies' lead. Cleveland the stretch, the pitch to Waitkus. Ground ball, Rick Burleson. He's up with it and throws to the boomer, George Scott at first, and that's going to retire the Phillies. First aid is being administered to the people who suffered concussions due to the Butch Hobson errant toss. In the second, after 2, we go smelling salts are seen in the first base box seats. We go to the third with your score. Phillies 3, Red Sox 1. Burleson, Lynn, and Rice top of the Red Sox order coming in the third. You gotta laugh at your own stuff. If you don't, nobody else will. The pitch from Bob Miller to Rick Burleson. is ball 4. He walked him. Not easy to walk the rooster, but he did. Fred Lynn coming to the plate. Phillies infield moves to double play depth. Miller the stretch. The pitch to Lynn is to center and deep. Richie Ashburn on his horse. It's going to be off the wall. Burleson will hold at third. It's a double for Lynn. The Red Sox have the tying runs in scoring position now for Rice. Bubba Church is throwing with enthusiasm in the Phillies bullpen. Bob Miller faces Rice and Yastrzemski on deck. Miller the stretch. The infield is back. The pitch to Rice. Base hit, Jim Rice. Gonna be extra bases into the gap. Scoring is Burleson. Scoring is Lynn. Rice is around second, heading for third. The relay from Goliath to Willie Jones is not in time to get a sliding Rice. He's got a triple, and we are tied at 3. Yikes. That Red Sox offense can strike in a hurry. Yastrzemski is up. This may be Miller's last hitter. Bubba Church is ready in the bullpen. The infield is back. The pitch to Yaz. Yastrzemski hits it to right and deep. Back goes Del Ennis. And he makes the catch at the wall. Tagging is Rice. He's coming home. It's a 4-3 Red Sox lead all of a sudden, and now Fisk comes to the plate. Miller winds and deals to the Red Sox catcher. Hit in the air to right, toward the line. Del Ennis is going to make the play for out number 2. Now it's the boomer, George Scott. 1 for 1. The pitch to Scott. Ball 4. Hobson up now, 1 for 1. Miller the stretch. The pitch to Butch. Base hit Hobson. This goes to right field. Scott around second. He's going to go to third. There's going to be Red Sox at the corners for Denny Doyle. And out of the dugout comes Eddie Sawyer. That's going to do it for Bob Miller in today's game. Wow. The 77 Red Sox with that offense strike quickly. The new pitcher will be Bubba Church, but before we tell you about him, let's tell you about Bob Miller's day for the Phillies. He went 2 2/3 innings. He allowed 6 hits. He walked 2. He allowed 4 runs so far. Scott at third and Hobson at first are his responsibility. He didn't strike anybody out. He allowed 4 runs. They're all earned. Now, into pitch is Bubba Church, a right-hander. 31 games for the 1950 Phillies, 18 starts, 8 complete games, 142 innings of work. He was 8-6 with a save. And Denny Doyle will be the first batter he faces, so he does not have the platoon advantage. Red Sox at the corners. It's 4-3 Boston. We're in the top of the third. Church the stretch, the pitch to Doyle. Denny hits it in the air to right. Del Ennis in his tracks is going to put it away for out number 3. Church ends the inning, but the damage is done. Boston gets 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave a man, and after 2.5, it's 4-3 Boston. We got a slugfest at Shibe Park. Cleveland comes out with a new lease on life. It's Ashburn, Sisler, and Ennis coming in the Phillies' third. All right, Cleveland kicks and deals. Gonna get a range check if he doesn't strike him out. 1-3, no. Range check for Rick Burleson. His range in 1977 was a 9. He knocks it down, but that's all he can do. He can't make a play. Ashburn reaches on an infield single. Here's Dick Sisler. Red Sox playing for 2. Cleveland to stretch. The pitch to Sisler. Hit in the air to left. Yastrzemski into left center makes a nice running catch. Ashburn retreats to first base, and there's one man out in the bottom of the third. Ennis homered in the first to give the Phillies a 3-0 lead. The pitch. Cleveland hits it to Ennis hits it to center. Fred Lynn makes a nice running catch in left center, and Ashburn retreats to first one more time. Now it's Willie Jones 0 for 1. Cleveland to stretch. The pitch to Jones will have an error check unless he fans him, which he does not. It's going to be an error check for Burleson. Rick's error number in 77 is a 6. And Burleson throws it in the dirt. The boomer can't dig it out. It's going to be an E6. Second error by the Red Sox. Ashburn moves to second. There's 2 on now. For yesterday's hero, last game's hero, Granny Hamner. Ashburn at second. Jones at first. 2 outs. Hamner is 0 for 1. Cleveland to stretch. The pitch to Granny. Ground ball, Burleson. He's going to go the short way to Doyle, and that's going to retire the Phillies in the third. They threaten but do not score. On a hit, they leave 2. We go to the fourth. Red Sox 4, Phillies 3. And Bubba Church is coming out for his first full inning of work. He will face Cleveland, Burleson, and Lynn, the 9-1-2 hitters in the Red Sox order. Cleveland is 0 for 1. We don't know what kind of stuff Church has yet, so I'm going to roll for that now. Bubba has A stuff. The pitch to Cleveland. Hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. Burleson 0 for 1. Church kicks and deals. We have a error check for Granny Hamner. He's a 12. And he boots it. It's a one-base error off his glove. Rolls into short left field. Burleson reaches on the E6. 1 out, 1 on for the Red Sox with Lynn coming up. Church the stretch. The pitch to Freddie. Could be a walk. Isn't a walk. Lynn hits it in the air to left. Tagging is Burleson at first base. Sisler under it. And holding at first as Sisler makes the catch. Yes, Sisler makes the catch for out number 2. Burleson sticks at first, and now Rice. Church the stretch, the pitch to Rice. Hit to center on a line at Richie Ashburn, who makes the catch for out number 3. We've played 3.5. The score, Boston 4, Philadelphia 3. Got a good game, another good game in this tournament. Seminick, Goliath, and Church are due in the Phillies' 4th. Starting to throw in the Phillies' bullpen is Ken Heintzelman. Seminick leads off. He's 0 for 1. Cleveland kicks and deals to Andy Seminick. And hey, got him on a bender. Strike 3 swinging. Third strikeout for Cleveland. Second time Seminick's gone down. And now Goliath 0 for 1. Mike. Hey, got him on a sinker. That's strikeout number 4 for Cleveland. And that's going to bring up Bubba Church, who will bat. So Heintzelman takes a seat in the Phillies bullpen. Church is going to bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Here in the 4th, the pitch. Hey, got the side on the broccoli cauliflower medley with a little nacho cheese. Gas. We go to the fifth. Your score, Boston 4, Philadelphia 3. You got a nail-biter in Philly. Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Scott, 4, 5, 6 coming up for the Red Sox in inning number 5. Church kicks and deals to Yaz. Ground ball, Granny Hamner. He cuts it off from going up the middle, plants and throws to Wakus for out number 1. Fisk is 1 for 2. Church winds and delivers. We got a rain to the kitchen. Oh my God, we're gonna explode. I smell gas. It's a range check. Okay, let's see if he strikes him out first on a 1-3. No range check, no strikeout. Sorry, and it's hit to left. That's Dick Sisler country. Sisler's range is an 11. In 1950, and it drops for a base hit. 1 out, 1 on for Boston in the 5th. Here's Scott. Phillies looking for a double play. Church the stretch, the pitch to the boomer. Another range check, unless he strikes him out. He does not strike him out. This range check is for Del Ennis in right field. Del Ennis' range is an 11. And he does not make the catch. Stopping at second is Fisk. 2 on now with 1 out for Butch Hobson. Butch is 2 for 2. Phillies looking for a twin killing. Heintzelman is throwing again in the Phillies bullpen. The pitch to Butch. Hit in the air to left. Sisler coming in a few steps, makes the catch. Fisk must hold. There's 2 down. Here's Doyle with Cleveland, who would be next in the on-deck circle. They could walk Doyle here and go after Cleveland, but they're going to just thank their lucky stars. Denny Doyle is at the plate and go after him. Church the stretch and the delivery to Denny Doyle, and hey, got him on a bender. That is strikeout number 2 for Bubba Church and ends a very tense 5th inning. Nobody scores for Boston. They leave 2. We're halfway through this one. We got a good one. It's Boston 4, Philadelphia 3. Bottom of the 5th. Reggie Cleveland will face the top of the order for the Phillies. Waitkus, Ashburn, and Sisler. Eddie's 0 for 2 or 1 for 2. Cleveland winds and deals. This will be a ball 4. Cleveland didn't like that call. Carlton Fisk either. He turns around and gives Ronnie Millsap a piece of his mind, the home plate umpire. Richie Ashburn at the plate. He's 2 for 2. Could be time for a bunt here. They could put a play on. Cleveland the stretch. The delivery to Richie Ashburn, and there goes Wakus. Ashburn swings, the hit and run is on. It's a comebacker, knocked down by Cleveland. He picks it up, looks at second, no play there. He throws to first, and they get Ashburn by a half step. So Wakus moves up to second. And Sisler now with a chance to tie the game with a hit. Dick is 0 for 2. Cleveland to stretch, the pitch. And it's going to be maybe a range check. No strikeout. The range check is for George Scott at first base. Scott's range is a 10. The boomer dives, picks it up. Feeds Cleveland covering, and they record the out on Sisler as Waitkus moves to third with 2 outs. 90 feet away is the tying run. Del Ennis comes to the plate, the cleanup hitter for the Phillies in today's game. Ennis homered in the first. Waitkus on third, there's 2 outs. Cleveland, the stretch, the delivery, and an error check. Yes, an error check. Ooh, and it's could be an exotic error. All right. So we need our exotic error chart. All right. So we have to see if Scott makes an error, first of all. George Scott's error number is an 18. Yikes. Boomer, what were you doing in 77? All right, so the Boomer's going to make an exotic error. First baseman with a run on throw. Real bad, ill-advised throw home. Runner scores, and then the catcher makes a crazy throw down to second base, but rifles it into center. Batter to third. Wow. All right, so we've got 2 errors on the play. The ball is hit to Scott, to his right. He gloves it, drops it, picks it up. His only play is at home, and he throws in the dirt. So there's the first error. Then Fisk throws it into center field to try to get Ennis. And Dell is going to go all the way to third base. So there's 2 errors on the play. Waitka scores from third. We're tied at 4. And the 2 errors on the Red Sox put the lead run in Dell Ennis 90 feet away at third base for Willie Puddinhead Jones. The Phillies are living right. With the tying run 90 feet away, Dell Ennis hits a ball to George Scott, one of the best first basemen I've ever seen in my life, who had a horrible defense, apparently a horrible defensive season in 1977. Then Fisk compounds the problem by launching a throw into center field. So a two-error play sends the go-ahead run to third base, and Willie Jones, one of the big RBI men for the Whiz Kids, is at the plate with a chance to give the Phillies the lead. We are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Another great game in this tournament. Cleveland is speechless on the mound at this turn of events. The Red Sox have committed 4 errors in 4 2/3 innings. Welcome to Boston. The pitch from Cleveland is a base hit for Willie Jones. The Phillies lead 5-4 on a pair of unearned runs. Phillies fans going nuts, and Granny Hamner comes to the plate. Don Zimmer gets Don Ossie throwing again in the bullpen. The Red Sox trail 5-4. The Phillies have come back to take the lead. Hamner's 0 for 2. Cleveland the stretch and the delivery. Ground ball, Scott. He's going to take it unassisted and retire the Phillies, but they get 2 on just 1 hit. A walk, 2 errors, and a single give the Phillies 2 runs and the lead in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th. Your score: Philadelphia 5, Boston 4. What a game. All right, so we got Cleveland leading off, then Burleson and Lynn. We're in the 6th. I think he's got a hit for him. He deserved a better fate, but I think Don Zimmer's got to go to the bench here. They're down by a run. We're in the 6th. Coming to bat, will be Rick Miller to lead off against Bubba Church. He's hitting for Cleveland. All Yeah. And the only man working in the Boston bullpen is Don Ossie, and so he will be the next pitcher. All right, it's Miller. Miller time. Church kicks. Let's see where Church is on stamina. He has faced 10 batters. He can go 21 before fatigue may become an issue, so he's fine, and he's getting the job done. He is now the pitcher of record for the Phillies. The pitch from Church to Miller. Miller swings and line drive right at Church's head. He catches it in self-defense, and there's one down. Alrighty. Rick Burleson comes to the plate. Church kicks and deals. We'll have an error check unless he strikes him out on a 1-3. No. The error check is a 51. That's hit to Mike Goliath. Goliath's error number is a 7. And Goliath makes the play to Eddie Waitkus for out number 2. If the Phillies win this game, they will be tied for first place in the tournament. Lynn is 1-for-3. Church kicks and deals to Fred Lynn. He hits it on the ground to Granny Hamner. He's up with it and throws to Waitkus for out number 3. That retires the Red Sox in the 6th. We go to the bottom of 6. Phillies 5, Red Sox 4. We have a new pitcher coming for Boston. First, we'll tell you about Reggie Cleveland's day. 5 innings of work, 5 hits allowed, 1 of them a homer. 1 walk, struck out 5, allowed 5 runs, and 3 of them were earned. And again, 4 Red Sox errors behind him in 5 innings of play. Don Ossie will bat 9th and be the new Red Sox pitcher in the bottom of the 6th. He was pretty decent in 1977. 13 games, all of them starts. 4 complete, 92 innings. He was 6-2. Andy Semenick will lead off, and then it'll be Goliath and probably Bubba Church coming to bat for the Phillies, as they look for insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. Semenick is 0-for-2 with a pair of Ks. The pitch. We have a ballpark check. Shibe Park and a right-handed batter. Semenick with a base hit to left. He's going to try and stretch it into a double. Around first he goes. Yastrzemski up with it. And the throw into second base to Denny Doyle is in time. They nail Semenick by 14 steps. Sliding head first into second base, and he comes up short on the slide by about 3 feet. So pretty much a disaster there. 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Goliath is up now for the Phillies. He's 0-for-2. The pitch to Mike. Hey, got him on a bender. Strike, or out number 2, and Bubba Church comes up. He will bat. He's 0-for-1 in this game. Gotta see what kind of stuff Don Ossie has. He has B stuff. The pitch to Church. Hey, got him on the baked beans. Gas. 2 strikeouts for Ossie in the 6th. The Phillies go down after a fashion in 1-2-3 order. We go to the 7th. Your score, Phillies 5, Red Sox 4. I have a feeling the Red Sox are not done scoring runs in this game. It's Rice, Yaz, and Fisk coming up in the Boston 7th. The heart of the Red Sox order. Rice tripled and drove in 2 runs and scored in the 3rd inning. He is 1-for-3. Bubba Church winds and deals to the Red Sox right fielder today. Here is an error check, maybe, and it will be. A 52 is for Goliath. Goliath's error number is a 7. He throws it in the dirt, and it gets by Waitkus. Into foul territory. Semenuk's got to run it down. Rice around first, going to second. It's in the dugout. Goliath with a 2-base error puts the Red Sox tying run in scoring position in the top of the 7th with nobody out. And Carl Yastrzemski coming up. That gets Heintzelman throwing again, along with Milo Candini of the Great Candinis. Lefty-righty double-barreled action, just the way Eddie Sawyer likes it whenever he's in the city of brotherly love. Yaz is 0 for 2 with a sac fly today. Church, the stretch, the pitch to Yastrzemski is hit to center and deep. Ashburn on his horse, it's gone. A 2-run bomb for Yastrzemski, and it's a 6-5 game. Back and forth we go. Church shakes his head on the mound. Yastrzemski trots around all 4 bases, and the Red Sox are going nuts in their dugout. Fisk comes up, he's 2 for 3. The Mets are waiting in LaGuardia, waiting to find out where they're going to fly to. Are they flying to Boston for a game against the Red Sox, or are they flying to Philadelphia to play the Phillies? Fisk is 2 for 3. There's nobody on and nobody out now. 6-5 Red Sox. We're in the 7th. The pitch. Ball 4. Church is rattled, and here comes Scott. Phillies infield looking for a double play grounder. Boomer is 2 for 3. The pitch to him. Hey, struck him out. Pork and beans. Yes, an angry Bubba Church humped up on that fastball. 1 down in the 7th now for Hobson. He's 2 for 3. Church, the stretch, and the delivery. It's a base hit for Hobson to left field. Stopping at second is Fisk. There's 2 on with 1 out now for Doyle. Could go to the left-hander here, but they're going to wait. 1 out, Fisk at second, Hobson at first. Church, the stretch, the delivery to Doyle. Does he hit him? 1-6 he does, -3. 1-3 he does. He doesn't hit him. Ground ball, Eddie Waitkus. To his right, he gloves it. He feeds Church covering the bag, and that's out number 2 as the runners move up to second and third. And now Don Zimmer's got another decision to make because Don Ossie is due, but there's big insurance runs in scoring position, and he's going to hit for Don Ossie, I believe. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yes, they're going to hit for Ossie. Bernie Carbo is grabbing a bat, and he is going to bat for the Red Sox reliever in this game, Don Ossie. So Carbo will bat for Ossie in the 7th. Warming up in the bullpen is the Red Sox very talented and very overworked short reliever Bill Campbell, who is going to be the new Red Sox pitcher. By the way, if the Red Sox win this game, they will be tied for first place in the tournament. So whoever wins this game not only will be king of the hill, but they will be tied for first in the tournament at 3 wins. So Carbo comes to the plate. Fisk at third, Hobson at second. A lot of options here for Eddie Sawyer. He's got a lefty in the bullpen. Or he could walk Carbo and go after Burleson with the right-handed Bubba Church. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to walk Carbo to load the bases and go after Burleson with Church. 0 for 3 for Burleson today. It's Fisk at third, Hobson at second, Carbo at first. Church the stretch. The delivery to Rick Burleson. And Burleson hits it on the ground to Mike Goliad at second. He's going to go the short way to Hamner. And that's going to retire the Red Sox in the seventh. But they get 2 on 2 hits. But they leave the bases loaded. If we go to the bottom of the seventh, your score, Boston 6, Philadelphia 5. And we're going to get a new pitcher for the Red Sox. He will bat in the 9 spot. It's Bill Campbell. Ossie goes 1 inning, gets 2 strikeouts, doesn't allow any runs, and he is done. Campbell is on in the bottom of the seventh. 1977, Bill Campbell. 69 games, 140 innings with 13-9 record and 31 saves. At the end of the 1977 season, Bill Campbell's right arm was about 3 feet longer than his left. Let's see what kind of stuff he's got. He has B stuff, and he will face the top of the Phillies order in inning number 7. Waitkus, Ashburn, and Sisler. All right, Waitkus leads off. Campbell with the herky-jerky motion. The pitch to Eddie Waitkus. Ground ball. Denny Doyle to his left. Cuts it off from going into right field. Plants and throws to the boomer, George Scott, for out number 1. Here's Richie Ashburn. Richie is 2 for 3. Campbell winds and deals. This is a base hit for Ashburn to right field. Jim Rice throws it back in. There's your tying run for the Phillies. Dick Sisler's 0 for 3. The Red Sox are playing for 2. Campbell the stretch. The pitch to Sisler is hit to center and deep. Fred Lynn on his horse, and it's going to be off the wall. Lynn runs it down. He hits Burleson with the relay, and holding at third will be Ashburn with a good relay throw from Burleson. So the Phillies have runners at second and third now. One more biscuit for breakfast, and Dick Sisler takes the lead back for the Phillies. As it is, there are runners on second and third with 1 man out for Del Ennis, who homered in the first. The Red Sox infield is going to play in everywhere, at all 4 places. Campbell, the stretch. The pitch to Ennis. Ground ball to Butch Hobson. He knocks it down. He picks it up. He throws. Everybody in the first... Everybody in the first base box seats ducks for cover. He throws to Scott, who makes a nice play, digging it out of the dirt. But Ashburn scores from third. We are tied at 6. And by the time Butch is done fumbling and throwing and stumbling and bumbling and throwing to the boomer, Dick Sisler advances to third base with a potential go-ahead run. We're tied at 6 in the bottom of the 7th. What a ball game again in this tournament. Willie Jones with a chance to put the Phillies in front. 2 outs, though. Willie's 1 for 3. Campbell, the stretch. The delivery to Willie Jones is ball 4. He wanted no part of Willie. There are Phillies at the corners now for Granny Hamner, yesterday's hero. Sisler at third, Jones at first. The score is tied at 6. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Hamner up there. Campbell the stretch. The pitch to Granny. Granny hits it on the ground to short. Burleson from the hole turns and flips to Doyle. They just get a sliding Willie Jones at second base, and that will retire the side. But in the bottom of the 7th, the Phillies get a run on 2 hits to tie the game. We go to the 8th. It's Boston 6, Philadelphia 6. Yikes. Church will face Lynn, Rice, and Yastrzemski in the Boston 8th. Can you believe this game? Unbelievable. Ken Heintzelman and Milo Candini of the Great Candinis are ready in the bullpen. Church is going to begin his 5th full inning of work. He's gone 4 1/3. He's allowed 4 hits, one of them a homer. He's allowed 2 runs, one of them was earned. He's walked 1, he has struck out 3. He's done the job, and he is the pitcher of record in this ballgame. His stamina, he has faced 9, 18, 19 hitters. He can do 21 before fatigue may be an issue. He's due up 3rd in the bottom of the 8th. So 1 more inning is what Eddie Sawyer wants out of him. Jim Constanti not available in today's game. Church kicks and deals to Lynn. It's going to be a range check. Yes, a range check. Hit toward Willie Puddinhead Jones. His range is a 10. Willie Jones dives, and it's by him down into the left field corner. Around first goes Lynn, who cruises into second with a double, and it's a leadoff man in scoring position for the Red Sox here in the 8th. He is the go-ahead run. Rice is due. Yastrzemski is next. Could walk him and bring in the lefty to face Yaz, but you still have Fisk and Scott looming in the background. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. So 1 more hit, 1 more base runner, and he's fatigued. I think I'm going to walk Rice and go to Heintzelman to face Yaz. Rice won't. Yeah. Well. Yeah, 1 miracle at a time. Heintzelman is on. He pitched a 1-2-3 9th inning in the last game. Rice jogs down to first. Church is done. You can put a fork in him. And Ken Heintzelman is the new pitcher. Milo Candini of the Flying Candinis continues to throw in the bullpen for Philadelphia. Heintzelman in 1950, 23 games, 17 starts, 4 complete, 125 innings, and a 3-9 tough luck record. All right. Joining Milo Candini of the Great Candinis in the bullpen is Ken Johnson, another left-hander. So it's lefty-righty double-barreled action for the Phillies. Yastrzemski is up there now. Tie game at 6. Yaz is 1 for 3. He homered in his last trip. See what kind of stuff Heintzelman has. He has C stuff. Of course he does. Fisk is on deck. Heintzelman the stretch. The pitch to Yaz. We have an error check. It won't be a strikeout. And the error check, oops. The error check is for Granny Hamner. Hamner is an error 12. He boots it. Everybody is safe. The bases are dripping with Red Sox. And Fisk is due. Well, Phillies infield moves in. Do they go to Candini now if the great Candini's the right-handed pitcher, but they're running out of pitchers? That's the problem here. Constanti not available. All they've got left are Milo Candini of the Flying Candinis and Ken Johnson. 2 guys left. Gonna play in and leave him in. Fisk at the plate, he's 2 for 3. The pitch from Heintzelman and it's a 54 chart. All right, so let's see what we got here. We have a men on base, that's a 10, and it's a wild pitch. A wild pitch on Heintzelman. That will score Lynn at 7-6 Boston. The other runners move up. Infield stays in. Scott on deck. Fisk at the plate. He's ahead in the count 1-0. The pitch from Heintzelman is ball 4. He walked Fisk. And here comes Eddie Sawyer. He's got to go to Candini now of the Flying Candinis. Heintzelman has imploded on the mound. All right. So Candini yeah, well, do they make a double switch here? Candini where are my relievers? Yeah, that's all they got. So, gonna do a double switch. Del Ennis is gonna come out of the game. No, he's not. I'm gonna do, yeah, he is. Del Ennis is gonna come out of the game. Might end up regretting that, but Candini is gonna bat in the 4 spot. Bill Nicholson is going to take over in right field and bat 9th. And Del Ennis comes out. Okay, so our counting is done. Candini is on. 18 games, 30 innings pitched, 1-0 record with no saves in 1950. He is a right-hander. See what kind of stuff he's got against George Scott. The bases are dripping with Red Sox, and there's nobody out in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox lead 7-6. Candini has B stuff. And the boomer at the plate with the infield in. The pitch. Ballpark check for the right-handed batting George Scott. Popped him up. He jammed him. Eddie Waitkus over by the railing. He's going to put it away for out number 1, and there is a big out. Now it's Butch Hobson who's got a 3-for-4 day going. The infield remains in. Candini needs a strikeout badly. Infield in, the pitch. Another ballpark check. Here we go. Right-handed batter. Drifting toward the stands, it's Eddie Waitkus. One more jam job, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Milo Candini of the Flying Candinis is close to getting out of the mess. Denny Doyle is next. He's 0-for-4. The base is still loaded with Rice at third. Yaz at second. Fisk at first. 7-6 Red Sox were in the top of the 8th. Candini the stretch. The pitch to Doyle. Base hit for Denny Doyle off the right-hander. This goes to left field. Scoring is Rice. 8-6 Red Sox. And scoring is Yastrzemski, 9-6 Red Sox. Fisk stops at second. A big 2-run clutch single for Denny Doyle increases the Red Sox lead to 9-6. Now Bill Campbell is due, and he will bat for Don Zimmer here. Candini the stretch and the delivery. Hey, struck him out. And that will retire the side, but the Red Sox, in an ugly inning for Philadelphia, score 3 on 2 hits. After 7.5, the Red Sox lead this game 9-6. And I have a feeling it's not over yet. Semenick, Goliat, and Bill Nicholson will be the first 3 in the bottom of the 8th for the Phillies against Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell has 11 batters that he can face before fatigue may become an issue. He has faced 6. Semenick will lead off. He's 1-for-3. Goliat maybe next. The pitch to Semenick. Line drive caught by Denny Doyle. 1 down in the 8th. Goliat's due. He's got 2 strikeouts going, and they're going to hit for him. They are going to bat for Mike Goliat. Campbell's big pitch, of course, is screwball, which is a bigger problem for left-handed hitters than right-handed hitters, but they're going to the lefty anyway. And it's going to be Dick Whitman. No sign of Don Draper. Okay, so Whitman will bat for Goliat. In the bottom of the 8th, Nicholson is on deck. Another left-handed bat. Campbell kicks and deals to Whitman. Whitman hits it in the air to left. Carl Yastrzemski is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Next is Bill Nicholson. Campbell kicks and deals to the Phillies outfielder, and that's ball 4. Brings up Waitkus. Eddie Waitkus, 2 outs, 1-for-3. The pitch from Campbell. Hit in the air to left. Carl Yastrzemski is there and makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the 9th. With your score, Boston 9, Philadelphia 6. Get a couple of changes for Philadelphia. Nicholson is coming out. Whitman is going to go play right field. And the new second baseman for Goliat will be Jimmy Bloodworth. And he will bat 9th in Nicholson's spot. Yeah. Okay. So, And Campbell is going to be in that fatigue zone in the 9th inning. Milo Candini of the Flying Candinis will face Burleson, Lynn, and Rice, the top of the Red Sox order. In the 9th, Ken Johnson, the last available Phillies pitcher, is ready in the bullpen for Eddie Sawyer. Burleson is 0 for 4. See what Candini's stamina is like. He's okay. The pitch to Burleson is hit in the air to center, but not deep. Richie Ashburn is there for out number 1. Up now, Fred Lynn. Candini kicks and deals. Lynn hits it on the ground to Jimmy Bloodworth at second base. He cuts it off from going up the middle. Plants and throws to Wakus for out number 2. And now Rice. Candini winds and delivers to Jim Rice. Hit in the air to left. Dick Sisler toward the line is going to make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 9th inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Boston 9, Philadelphia 6. Another great game in this series. Bill Campbell looking to finish the deal, but he is tired as of his next hitter. In the bullpen for Boston is Bob Stanley and Bill Lee. Lefty-righty double-barreled action, just the way Don Zimmer likes it whenever he's about to crush a Philly cheesesteak. Ashburn is 3 for 4. The Phillies need base runners. The pitch from Campbell. Hey, struck him out. First strikeout for Campbell on a Scroogey. 1 down in the bottom of the 9th, and now it's Sisler. Campbell is in the fatigue zone as of now. Sisler 1 for 4. In the on-deck circle is Jackie Mayo. He will bat for Milo Candini of the Flying Candinis. Bill Campbell to Sisler. Ground ball, Denny Doyle to his left, gloves it, plants, and throws to George Scott for out number 2. And here comes Jackie Mayo. He will be the last chance saloon for the Phillies in this game. Willie Jones would be next. Bill Campbell kicks and deals to Mayo. And it's a base hit to center field for Jackie Mayo. The Phillies aren't done yet. Willie Puddinhead Jones comes up. He becomes the new last chance saloon. And Campbell is fatigued. Well, now that's an interesting question. Now do you leave him in? Hamner would be next. The Steamer and Bill Lee are ready in the bullpen. Gonna leave him in. They're up by 3. Campbell the stretch, the pitch to Jones. And I believe that is ball 4. Yes, that is ball 4 for the fatigued Bill Campbell. And that is going to bring up the tying run to the plate in Granny Hamner. Do the Phillies have another fantastic finish in them? Jackie Mayo is at second. Willie Jones is at first. And Granny Hamner is the tying run. It's 9-6. Boston. So now he's going to go get him. Here comes Don Zimmer. He's going to go to Stanley to replace the fatigued Bill Campbell here in the bottom of the 9th. Bill Campbell went 2 2/3 innings. He allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, and he struck out 1. He allowed 1 run so far. It's earned. But Mayo on second and Jones at first are his responsibility. The Stanley Steamer is coming on. He, of course, a sinker ball specialist. 41 games in 1977, 13 starts, 3 complete games, 151 innings of work, 8-7 with 3 saves. See what kind of stuff the Steamer has. He has B stuff today. Granny Hamner takes over as the last chance saloon. He's got an 0 for 4 day working. He was in this same spot in the last game and came through big time. So let's see what happens. Andy Semenick would be next. The pitch from the Steamer. Hamner swings and hits it on a line at Jim Rice, who makes a nice running catch to end the ball game. A 9-6 Red Sox winner. They come from behind and win this one and become the new King of the Hill. Let's give you the totals for the Red Sox. 9 runs on 8, 10, 12 hits. And they committed, yikes, got to take off my socks and shoes, 1, 2, 3, 4 errors in the game, and they still won. The Phillies, 6 runs on 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 hits, and they committed 1 error, 2 errors. Both figured in the scoring. The winning pitcher is Bill Campbell. He is 1-0 in the tournament. And the losing pitcher is Bubba Church. He is 0-1. The Red Sox become the new King of the Hill. And the MVP of the game, I'm going to give it to Denny Doyle. Well, no, I'm not, because they already had the lead. I'm going to give it to Yastrzemski for a game-tying home run in the 7th inning that brought the Red Sox back into it. So Yastrzemski is this game's MVP. Our next game will be the 15th game of the tournament. The Red Sox will host the 1973 New York Mets. The opposing pitchers in that game at Fenway Park will be John Matlack for the 73 Mets and Rick Wise for the 1977 Red Sox. The Red Sox are now the King of the Hill and tied for first place in the tournament. We'll go through all the standings before our next game. Thanks for being with me. Don't forget to check out channel membership to my channel. Follow the link in the description for this video. Thanks for being with me. I hope you have a great night. So long, everybody.